Hi Libra, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot reader. This is two readings in one. You've got your general bi-weekly from the dates between July the 26th and August the 10th, and then at the end we'll pull some 3 cards from this deck for your love reading, okay? So we're going to start as we usually do with 3 cards that represent this week, the time between the 26th of July and the 2nd of August. And then the second 3 cards below will represent the following week, which is the 3rd to the 10th of August. I've already shuffled the cards, meditated, etc. Oh, they're ready. Okay, so let's get started and see what is to come. Okay, so this is for this week. Well, we've got the 2 of Cups, we've got the 10 of Swords, and we've got the Empress. Very good cards. And then this is for the following week, okay? Now, this is not your love reading. Obviously, we can relate this to love. We know that the 2 of Cups is a card of soulmates. And we also know that the Empress is potentially the ideal wife, ideal femininity, and mother nurturer, okay? So it could be related to pregnancy. But we'll look separately at that energy in the love reading, okay? On the bottom you had that card, Ace of Wands, okay? So let's have a look at your first card. I mean, how lucky are you guys? You know, with these 2 cards, with the two of Cups. I love this card anyway. It's a fab card, isn't it? Okay, so apologies if the light, the glare. Let me just bear with me a second. The sun is setting actually. There we go, that might be a bit better, hopefully. It's not too bad. Okay, so we've got the 2 of Cups. Okay, so 2 of Cups is a commitment to something, and it's a commitment to... 2s are always commitments. They're also cards of partnerships. They're cards of cooperation. Numbers of cooperation as well. Number of union. Okay, for some of you that energy is coming to an end. You may have been committed to something and that's changing for you this week. I don't want to read for love yet, but let's see what this is related to. This is the card. Okay, so for some of you, what a great week. For some of you, woo, you're doing all right, aren't you? You've got the 2 of Cups and you've got the 4 of Wands. So this is great energy. You know, for some of you, you know, you are in love, you're getting married, you're moving house, you're buying, you're getting engaged. It's all good stuff, yeah. With the 4 of Wands, the 4s are about our security, and it's real confidence in our self-esteem, in our ideas of self-worth, and how we feel about ourselves. If it's not related to love, for some of you, it could be a change in your mind frame, in how you feel about your experiences. It can be a change in a way of thinking, in a way of speaking to yourself. That could be something that has gone through a transformation for some of you. I say that because we have this card is linked to this card. How did I know that? So, because obviously after the 10 of Swords comes the Ace of Swords. So there's been an ending of this type of confusion, of negativity, negative self-thinking. There's been an ending to that. Maybe it's because you've met somebody. Maybe it's because some of you have met someone, you're starting a new relationship, for example. Maybe it's been hard because you've been trying to get pregnant, you've been trying to be with child, and it's been a difficult thing. You didn't think you could get pregnant, you didn't think you could, have a child, and it's something that's going to be granted to you, actually, Libra, of this week. Okay, so this is a card of pregnancy, Empress, but it's also a card of growth. It's also a card of mastering the energy of the Magician and the High Priestess. So that means that we use our intuition. We use our intuition in a balanced way in order to manifest things into this world. We used our wisdom and our insight and our intuition in order to make a house a home. By that I mean in order to make a situation better, more comfortable, more loving, more compassionate. So it could be in your mind, that's how you feel now. You've changed the alchemy of your brain almost. You've changed the, through meditation, some of you, you've changed your perception of yourself and of others. That's changed, that's coming to an end, and we're moving into a very positive and abundant time. That's really positive. Now, I knew that I don't know what these two, I don't know what any of them are. I keep them face down usually, because just so that I don't get distracted by the energies of the second week. But I just knew that one was linked to that one. So we get, after the Ten of Swords, we get the Ace of Swords. We get cutting out the things that no longer serve us. We get this truthfulness and honesty about ourselves, about what it is we want, about who it is we are. Okay? So we've got this Ace of Swords now. It's interesting because it's like this is external. This is next week. These three cards are linked to next week, Libra, so that's the dates between the 3rd and the 10th. This is external to you. There's a lot of, well, let's go through the energies, because I'm sort of, it's external circumstances. Someone else must yield this sword. Someone else, I mean, it could relate to you. Someone coming in, speaking the truth, having that moment of clarity, a breakthrough in our thinking, in the way that we communicate, in the way that we think about ourselves, about other people, a change of perspective, which basically these two cards relate to that as well. Changes of perspective with the Hanged Man energy and the Judgment. Again, endings and beginnings. This is a card of being mindful as well. Judgment is. It's a card of being fully aware of yourself, your higher self, your lower ego, how those two things interact. Read the description below, because that's what it's been like in July. It's been about that energy. This is moving into August though. This time, this is the time between the 3rd and the 10th. And it's like there's external, it's like it's external to you. It's so strange. It's almost like two different people. It's almost like very, this is such an interesting energy. I feel like actually this week some of you have got decisions. There's like decisions that you need to make. Take your time with those decisions and weigh up your judgment, because we have got the Hanged Man and the Judgment card. It's really strange, the energy, actually. Not strange, but I mean, it's like this isn't your energy. It's like someone else. It's like, yeah, it's beneath the surface. I can't honestly, I wish sometimes you guys could know what it's like to do this, to read the tarot, because it's not about the meanings of the cards. We all of us, well, I don't know about everyone else. I'll speak for myself. I know the meaning of each card. Yeah, what it says in the book. I know what it says. But that's not how a reading is. That's not how a reading goes. That's not what divination's about. And the energy from this spread is like, it's almost like two paths, or two people, or separate people. It's like, this is you, this is your partner. It's kind of like that, and it's not meant to be like that, but it's kind of, it's like there's two paths. It's like there's two people. It's like Libra, there's two people. I mean, you're an earth sign. Aren't you the balancing thing? Anyway, there's stuff beneath the surface that there's no way I can tap into it, because it's not it's not even at your surface yet. I can't tap into it and tell you what it is that's internal, but it's something that you will gain clarity on after the full moon, which is the 27th, tomorrow. You'll gain some clarity. You'll gain this Ace of Swords next week. It might come in with the full moon eclipse. You might it's really strange. It's like there's a complete disconnect. There's a complete separate. That's why I keep saying, is it two people? But it's like a complete disconnect from outside and inside. Completely different people. It's like two different people, two completely different ways of being and living. It's so strange. It's like on the outside you are happy. Just, this is an example. It's not specifically directed at you, but this is an example of what it feels like. It's like there's you are the most confident person that your friends know. You are funny, you're outgoing, you're fabulous, darling. This is an example. You could describe you. On the outside, that's what people see. But it's like on the inside, you're like a brooding, you have like dark thoughts, or maybe you're having issues regarding your sexuality, for example. You know, maybe you are living your best life in a married couple, male, female, traditional married couple, but you, beneath the surface, you are, you know, attracted to the same sex. You know, you're gay or you're lesbian. You know, it's like there's two, and it's like you're inside yourself, and you know you're inside yourself. It's like you're behind a curtain, and you know you're behind a curtain, and you know you have this curtain up, and you're happy to have this curtain up, and then you remove that curtain when you want to be, when you're in a different situation or comfortable. Or so it's like some people are living a life. It's very confusing reading this, Libra, because there's the energy. When we get the moon card, we know there's things hidden. So I know there's things hidden. You because they're hidden, so you will know what those things are. I don't know what they are. The energy is a separation. The energy is literally of a separation between inside and outside. There's an inside you and an outside you. There's an inside you that's hidden from the world that no one sees, that you know about. And there's an outside you that everyone sees. And the two are diametric. Hang on. Oh my God, I forgot the word. Basically, the two are complete opposites. Diametric. Anyway, I think it's diametric. Anyway, the polar opposites, the two versions. It's either that or this is related to two different people. So if it's related to two different people, the energies here we've got in fact, this is your energy or her energy, isn't it? We've got her energy. The moon's related to Pisces. The Hanged Man is related to water, so again related to Pisces. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Bear with me a second. And I think my neighbour's just come back. I'm looking after his cat, and I've got his keys, but he's gonna have to wait. All right, Tiny. And then you've got the Judgment card, which is related to fire signs. So it's interesting. It's an interesting mix. You've got water and fire, two opposites, and it's very interesting the dynamic that I feel. It could be related to this, or it could be related to your home situation, your living situation. You know, I really think some of you feel like you're living a lie. You could be, you know, feeling like you are literally trapped in the wrong body. Some of you could have a deep dark secret that you think's deep and dark, and that everyone else will just accept. But you know, you in your mind, it's a deep dark secret. Like, you know, you're a man and you like wearing women's clothes. Well, so what? You wear what you want. I mean, who decides what women's clothes are? Do you know what I mean? Like, when did that decision get made in history? When did that decision get made that men wear this and women? I don't know. It's rubbish to me. Pardon my French. It's all bullshit. Wear what you want. I don't care, but I don't think anyone should. But anyway. That's just what I think about stuff like that. I don't get why it's anyone else's business, but I think some of you, it's literally like that. You're living a lie. You feel like you're living a lie. There is two sides of you. There's a real, I want to say diametric. I think that's the word. I can't. But anyway, there's a real diametric opposites. There's real polar opposites within you. There's the outside you and the inside you. And it's like that is going to come up to the surface. Do you know what? I encourage you, because I feel if I'm speaking directly to you, and please comment and please let me know, and obviously you can email me as well, keywisdomtarot@gmail.com, if you want to keep it if it's private for you, but you know what I'm talking about, because you feel it. You feel that person. You feel like two different people, and you feel like you're living a lie. And it might not be as that dramatic. It might not be for some of you that you want to, you know, that you feel like you're trapped in the wrong body, or you feel like you're trapped in the wrong relationship with the wrong sex, for example. It doesn't have to be that dramatic for some people. It could be that, you know, I always use me as an example. You're a teacher, but you want to be a tarot reader. You know, you're doing one thing, but you feel like you're living a lie. And the energy for this next couple of weeks is it's only about realizing that this is not something you can continue to do, if that makes sense. The energy is about realizing that you cannot continue to live a lie, and you don't have to separate. You know, you really have to get, Libra, you really have to get your chakras in balance, you know, all 7 of them, you know, from your root all the way up to your crown. You need to start thinking about being yourself and pardon my French, fuck what everyone else thinks. I mean, seriously, people, you live for other people, and you don't need to. You live for yourself, babe, because that's where your focus should be on you. Should be on you. I'm going to show you this. Look at her. Look. Do you think she cares? Do you know what I mean? Do you think if they said to her, listen, love, you can't have her that long, what do you think she's going to say? I mean, I know she's an imaginary, she's just a picture on a thing, but she'll just be like, babe, I'm unique, I'm me, I like my long hair, I'm going to do me, babe. That's what you've got to do, Libra. If you want to wear a pink wig and high heels, and you're a 6'5" rugby player, then so what? You can wear what you want. There ain't no one got to tell you what you can do, Libra. And as I said, it might not be that dramatic for you, but for you personally. But yeah, some of you feel like you're living, and even you might not be conscious of it yet fully, but that consciousness, that will rise to your consciousness by next week, and by the time we get to August. Okay, finally, sorry, Libra, this has gone on a bit, this reading, hasn't it? Finally, I'm just going to draw 3 cards for you for your very interesting energy that was. This is the first card for love. Okay, this is for love, and it's for just the end of August, end of July going into August. I will post your full, it'll be a completely new video, obviously, a full love reading for August. I will post that next week. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so just having a drink of water. Okay, so Libra, apologies about tiny barking. I hope you managed to listen and hear what I was saying. And people have told me actually in the comments that whenever Tiny barks, it means something, you know, that it resonates at a specific moment. So hopefully it wasn't too distracting for you. Okay, so this is for love. Okay, so yeah, look, I'm going to show you the cards, right? And I'm not going to say anything for a second or so, for a few. Hierophant, Queen of Pentacles, Tower. So, I hope you've got the vibe. I hope you're buying what I'm selling here, Libra, because this is, to me, quite an obvious. There's a few obvious scenarios. The Hierophant is related to marriage. It's related to the card of the sign of Taurus. Okay, Earth sign. The Hierophant used to be called the Pope. The Pope. And in Christian tradition, the Pope is on this earth and is basically the direct line to God, to God's law, to tradition. This is why we refer to this card as a card of marriage. Now, you had the four of Wands, which is also related to marriage. It also related to the marriage card. Then we come over here and we come to the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is also related to Taurus, as well as Virgo and Capricorn, all the earth signs. The Queen of Pentacles is a card of manifestation. It's a card of the similar in energy, the minor arcana equivalent to the Empress. Does that make sense? So we've got this femininity, we've got this feminine energy, we've got this masculine energy. We've got potentially a connection between these two people, i.e. marriage. We've actually got this potential idea of husband and wife. or a solid commitment, a solid commitment, committed relationship. Remember, these are your love reading cards. And then we get this, boom, Tower. So for some of us, there is really there's literally a separation happening, you know, in your life now. Some of you literally just separated from your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your long-term partner. You're just separated from that person. And it was a shock. It's the end of a marriage, the end of a relationship. I want you to just have faith and confidence. Remember the card that came out, that wanted to come out first and be read first. I don't remember which one it was. No, sorry, this is the card that came out first. The two of Cups. So you've got this energy of soulmate around you, even if it's not with the person that you're currently married to, or the person that you're currently openly in a relationship with. But when we get the Tower, I love the Tower, me. It feels like the Ace of, oh my God, it feels like the Ace of Wands to me, energetically. When I've meditated on the, it's not on, I thought it was on the bottom. When I meditate on this energy, that's the energy that I feel for the Tower. It's the same as the Ace of Wands, which is about an initiation, new beginnings, new starts, passionate ones that we are drawn to move towards, ones that are better for us, for our highest good, for our self-expression. And the Tower is about pushing us onto our correct path, onto the path that our higher self should take. That's what the Tower energy is about. So never fear that card. So the scenario could be potentially the ending of a relationship or the beginning of a relationship. The beginning, you could be getting married. Some of you could be getting proposed to, proposing to somebody. You could be wanting to move in that direction. It's overwhelming, but it's exciting. And whatever it is, it's going to lead you to feeling more like yourself, being more comfortable like yourself. Don't get stuck living in a way traditionally that is not you. So if you're someone, you're married, you're a man now, and you're married to a woman, but you're gay and you know that you are, don't get stuck in this. We have to shake you up, and it's like the universe is saying to you to go. It's going to happen. You can't stay unhappy. The universe does not want you to be happy. The universe wants you to be happy. I say universe, whatever you want to believe in, whatever you do believe in, I say universe. I say just do what makes you happy. Because you've got to have, and this is not a prop. This is the Reiki precepts. I sometimes talk about these in specific readings. The key is, all of these things. Be mindful of your anger, your worry, your humility, but honesty and compassion toward yourself and others. That's got to be in equal measures. So you can't live your life exclusively to make other people happy. There's got to be a balance in their happiness and your happiness. But to be honest, your happiness is what's important. That's the thing that you can control, that you've got control over. So what I'm going to say to you is, if you feel like you're living a lie, you're not really truly living as you are in the way that you want, you've got to move toward that. On a more general sort of love reading aspect, it is about potentially a union of two people, or a dissolution of a relationship, or a coming together of a relationship. It's something that's a shock and a surprise. And with the Tower, when yes, we have an ending or a dismantling of tradition of a structure within our life. In this instance, it looks like a relationship, but it doesn't have to be. Or it could be the coming together of, the meeting of the new. The new soulmate coming into your life, okay? So we can be happy because we've seen these cards, even though I didn't want to read them for love reading. I didn't want to read them for love because obviously I was saying that the last three were going to be a love reading. But it could be that the Tower moment is the meeting, the somebody, or the getting engaged. I feel like there's some really good energy for some people. It's just that other people, we have this separation between who you are and how you're living, who you are on the inside, how you are on the outside. Okay, Libra, well, I hope that was helpful for you anyway. Okay, this is only, as I said, this energy is only for this next week and just going into August. I will do a brand new full love reading for you for the month of August, Libra. So please subscribe or click the bell in order to have notifications. If not, I'll see you back here next week. Okay, please give me a like and a comment if you need to comment, and email me privately if what I've said has resonated and you don't want to discuss that openly online, thank you so much for your time and for your love and your compassion and your support. Much love to you, Libra, and blessings, and I will see you all very soon. Take care, my loves. Bye.